So I have learned over the last 15 years to take a measured approach in an attempt to allow my husband to see things for himself, because exactly what you just described could happen or has happened, where it appears that, there may be some negative connotations behind me bringing something to light. And again, I'm the bonus parent. I'm the fun person. I'm the person you come to when you need advice about something that you don't get from your parents, right? I'm the person that's always going to be there for you and give you sound advice, whether you like it or not. I'm the person that loves you, even though no one says I have to. Right. So in those situations, I try to have a measured approach. But when a situation, we've already talked about my temperament, and there is some times where a measured approach just won't work, because there are degrees to a measured approach. And in my household, if I've had enough, I've had enough. Right. And I'm just going to be like, this is what it is. And I'm willing to be the, Cinderella's mom and let the chips fall where they may, because most of the time I'm right.
Amen. I think it's hard to kind of contain a child that may have some manipulative tendencies. I think your best bet is to understand that it exists. Understand that both households are getting played. Right. Mm-hmm. And try not to be too surprised about it. Like Simone said, all kids are definitely manipulative. Undercover control freaks, for real. Mm-hmm. Will do anything possible to get their way. Yeah. I do think one thing that you have to understand is that if a child comes to you, this is pretty big. This was big in my situation, and I'm sure in others. If a child comes to you telling all of their biological parents' business, please know that child is also telling all of your business to the parent as well. Don't think y'all are best friends.
No, absolutely not.
Don't think you're best friends. And we're going to talk about getting your feelings hurt and preparing for that. So it's kind of hard to kind of reconcile the two. You want to give everything to the child. You want to bring the child into your home and treat this child as your own. But it's kind of like you got a little spy in your house. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like you have a spy in your house, and the kid can just, tell all your business. But you don't want the kid to feel uncomfortable. If you're discussing something and you don't discuss it around that child, but you discuss it around the biological kids, of course, that will alienate the child and, lead to a whole nother host of emotions that you don't want anything to do with. And you don't want to be the cause of those negative type of emotions. So I think the best thing to do is just be aware that type of child exists, and to just prepare for it the best you can.
Before you move on, let me ask you this. What is your opinion about acknowledging that? Like, we acknowledge it here, but do you suggest to our viewers that they acknowledge it with their spouse and the children? Like, I know you're manipulative.
I think it depends on the spouse. I think it depends on the severity of the situation. Sometimes you got to pick your battles, right? Sometimes, is it worth it? Because when you say something to your spouse about their child, right? I don't care who you are. Right. Oh, I'm not unreasonable. I see my child for what they are, blah, blah, blah. Right? Don't people feel guarded about their own children. Amen. And I totally get that. Right? You can't tell me nothing about my kid. But you, in another conversation, be like, oh, tell me, I'm not that type of parent.
Yes, you are.
So everybody's that type of parent. Yes, and I totally understand that, right? So I think that it's just worth it for you to, because you are the bonus parent, you have a vantage point that allows you, if you are smart and if you are willing to be open, to look at everything like the way a quarterback looks at the field. Like, you have to be able to see everything, every play, You get what I'm saying? And since you have that vantage point, you are able to figure out, is it worth it to say something about this particular situation? Because this situation, although I don't necessarily like it, it might be something that is happening in a vacuum right now, and it might not be something that's going to continue to happen over time. And then it might be a situation where it's like you're able to see how this is going to affect the household in the long run, and you need to talk about it right now. So you got to pick your spots.
Bearing our souls, we got love for everybody, even some for you trolls. Talking life, lost love, how to get to the bag. The clean theory, Mo Gen Lee talks. It's the hashtag.